When I was young, around about the age of 13, I used to delve into sexual sin, and it grew and grew and grew over years. And in high school, it got heavier, but in college, it got even more intense. And so I used to run women. I did whatever I wanted to do. If I had the opportunity, it was just that easy. In college, and it just kept on growing. It became like the thing to do amongst my friends, you name it. And so as I got older, and in my adult life, it got even more intense. And during the time, I didn't even realize it was actually a sin to fornicate, to have sex before I was married. It didn't really hit me at the time. And so as the years went on and progressed, I kept on delving into sexual sin, kept on doing it, and didn't really have a conscience when I was doing it. But even when I was into it, I always felt a guilty feeling. I always wanted to know, what was that? What was that guilty feeling that I was feeling? And so as the years went on, I got, I started to get disgusted with who I was. I wasn't even comfortable in the skin I was in. And I began to read the word, and I saw that it was a sin, but I was still selfish. I still did what I wanted to do. And out here with this woman, that woman. And praise God, I didn't get an STD or get anybody pregnant. But something even deeper inside of me was happening. I wasn't having any peace. And so it came to a time where, again, I got really disgusted with who I was. I couldn't even look myself in the mirror. And I realized that I couldn't, what I was longing for from a woman, I couldn't get it. Only God could fulfill that. And so it got to a point where, and God was leading me, He was leading me. And He brought me to this ministry called Mt.Gilead Full Gospel International Ministries. And the word started to get on me. And I got to a point where, God, I don't want to hurt you anymore, because I don't want to be dismissed from your presence. I don't want to not have God around me in my life, because that's what it's ultimately doing. Whomever is looking at this, when you continue to delve into sexual sin, perversion, you name it, you're being separated from God. That's what the enemy wants to do. He wants to totally separate you from God. And so it hurt me more to know I was hurting God by going into more and more sexual sin. And so whomever's looking at this, you're going to change when you get tired of hurting God. When it hurts you more that you hurt God, that's when you'll change, because that's what happened to me. So I thank God for bringing me to this mighty ministry where it changed a person like me. And now I have peace. I'm living holy. I'm saving myself for my wife. So I encourage you all to do the same. Whoever God has created for you, you wait on Him. Don't go out here and do all this sexual sin, no matter what it is. Know that you're ultimately separating yourself from God when you get into sexual sin, whatever it is.